Welcome back to the John Mendola Show on WILK, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers, 1027 North Pocono Trojans, waiting patiently in studio. We'll get to them shortly. Let's talk Tunkhanock Tigers football. Jan Cechak joining us this morning. Morning, Jan.
Good morning, John. Thanks for having us on the air.
Well, congratulations. Big win and a nice victory in week one, and a lot of hard work going into that program there at Tunkhannock area, and I'm sure it feels pretty good waking up with that victory.
Who said I woke up, Coach? I was up all night watching the films. It was a tremendous job. My assistant coaches and the players did a great job. We're still young, and we're still trying to get better in understanding the game, what it takes to do 4 quarters. And
Nanticoke feeling like they're going to have a successful season and a hard-fought game.
Oh, it was. It was a great high school football game. Nanticoke, my hat's off. They run that wing tee. They run it very well. They got some big, strong kids up front. Their running backs are tough to take down, and it was really exciting. I mean, in terms of high school football, after doing this for 30 years, it was neat to see both sides playing.
And the way the schedule winds up for you, got Pittston area and Honesdale, Wyalusing, and Western Wayne. So you guys are trying to build on one game, and Pittston area, of course, had a tough battle with Crestwood. So that's your next opponent. How much you know about the Patriots?
Well, they're going to be big, physical, and strong. We watched them already last week at their scrimmage, and we're waiting on their film right now as we speak. But it's become a rivalry game between Tunkhannock and Pittston. So who knows what's going to happen? There's no love lost between the teams. So we just got to get out and play smart football.
Well, Jan, in our football preview magazine, you say you got a handful of guys coming back over on offense and defense. But what you need there is some good leaders and for it to get a little contagious. So talk about the leadership you had from the kids' perspective.
Last night it was interesting in terms, like you're saying, John, about the leadership. Brian Muckin and Michael Taylor are our captains, and they're both very silent type kids, but they lead by example. And last night we saw Logan Sawinski decided to take matters into his own hands in terms of offense and defense, where he ended up starting. He was sucking wind, he was cramping, but he said, you know what, I got to get back in there and do it. Bryce Steele took over on special teams for us, another senior that hasn't really, has any stats, but he took over, had a great kickoff return. He had an interception. He had a bunch of kickoff returns that helped set up the success. And then Hunter Hopkins at one point in the fourth quarter, a senior, we called timeout to settle the kids down, and he got them jazzed up. I didn't have to say a word. So they're starting to understand that their roles are very important to lead this team.
And Sawinski just keeps going, huh? He's a tough kid. I got to see you guys last year on a one-sided victory by Scranton Prep, but looking at him and his brother, I mean, they just kept going play after play, and that was one of the things I noticed last year. Even though you guys, weren't necessarily you're on the other side of a big score, your kids didn't quit.
And thank you, John. And that's what we've been trying to stress to these guys. They do. Logan he's just a gifted athlete, and he's spent a lot of time in the weight room. And the kids, they didn't quit. We struggled first and third quarter. We're down 14 points in the second quarter, and all of a sudden we explode for 16. So the momentum swing was there. We received the ball. And just stupid penalties, being the first game of the year, stopped us, and then they ended up scoring. And then fourth quarter comes along, and we score again a couple times. The defense scored that safety. They're starting to understand we have to play 4 quarters.
You're one of the only area teams that I'm aware of that has 4 home games. So a little tougher for you, but everyone feels a little better. It's nice to get that first one.
Absolutely, John. I mean, the fans, the community, everybody's out there cheering. The band did a great job, and it's always nice to get that victory. But now we have to learn to play 4 quarters on the road, and having 6 away games this year is going to be tough. It's a daunting challenge, and I think the kids are up for it.
Well, Jan, congratulations on the win there for Tunkhannock area. The Tigers beat Nanticoke in week 1, and we got to talk with Mike Taylor. I'm sure we're going to talk with a couple of more of your players as the season goes along, and the best of luck.
Thank you so much, John. Have a great day.
Okay. Jan Cechak, the head coach of Tunkhannock area, got to meet him a little bit this summer. He volunteered his time with the Charlie D. Wysocki football camp, and just a great guy, and appreciate all he's done, and congratulations for the victory for the Tigers.